Welcome back to the Rival Takes podcast. We are coming at you today, day of Indiana, Oregon, actually. So it is currently January 9th. So yesterday, oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Josh Barnett. Joined with me, per usual, is James Baldwin. And obviously, you can follow this podcast anywhere on any platform, social media at X, at Rival Takes on X, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. And actually, most recently, we are now streaming on Spotify, correct?
Yeah, and Apple Music.
Yeah. So look for us there. But sorry, I was just too excited for today's episode. So Miami won last night against Ole Miss, and I guess I kind of want to know what your reactions were.
It was another great game, obviously. A lot of great football games lately. Miami is a little weird on their play calling because they were running the ball extremely well. Ole Miss could not stop them running the ball, but they still passed it a lot. Ended up working out for them, although the game-winning touchdown was a quarterback run. But yeah,
Yeah, they really seemed to like come alive in that fourth quarter there. And the thing about that just really like that honestly I was kind of mad about is that Malachi Tony made this insane catch and he was just barely out of bounds. Wasn't that just the best, maybe the best catch you've ever seen?
it really was. I mean, I was really hoping that was a catch because that would have been one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, just what an insane. I mean, Malachi Tony's been he's been going ballistic. I mean, just as a true freshman, he is younger than James and I are here recording this video. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was just absolute cinema, the whatever meme. But
Yes.
in Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss, they tried. And could there have been a defensive pass interference on that last play? There could have been, but they're never going to call that. So
Yeah.
Trinidad, I wouldn't say Ole Miss was robbed because they had so many chances to go down and make stops, and they just couldn't. And they also Miami dropped like six different picks, right? I mean,
Yeah. Well, that game should have been a lot bigger blowout.
yeah,
Ole Miss would
Miami
be
should have
lucky
won
it
by
was that close.
Miami should
Yeah.
have won by like three scores if we're being honest.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So great
oof.
game. I loved watching it.
Mhm.
Hopefully tonight's game between Oregon and Indiana can be just as good or better.
Oh, yeah, I heard. So Oregon, they're having some depth issues in their cornerback room, wide receiver room, and running back room. I heard their running back two is out. The running back one is questionable, right? Whittington.
Yeah.
Um, they had to ask one of the guys who's in the transfer portal to suit up for this game just in case at running back. Like that's all. That's insane. And like there's injuries and stuff. So I didn't think that a healthy Oregon would have beaten an Indiana team. And I don't think an injured Oregon team really has a chance.
No. I, Indiana's just so good.
Mhm.
They they blew out Alabama in their only college football game. They beat Ohio State. They went undefeated. I mean, we don't have to go over. We know Indiana's so great.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah,
we've talked about it on the pod too.
yeah,
So we obviously
Oregon
know. I
might be
mean,
overrated.
yeah, we've talked about Mendoza on here. The viewers, you guys know that obviously James and I think that he should be the number one pick. Will he? I mean, obviously we don't know. It's between him and Dante Moore. We've discussed that, but it's gonna be a great game because I just think that Oregon defense is legit, but I do think that Indiana will still kind of eventually roll them in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be close.
No?
As much as I want it to be a great game like all the others have, I don't think it will.
Oh,
Indiana, Miami for the national championship.
yeah. I mean,
That's my prediction.
you know,
You have Indiana winning, right? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't really know how you look at any of these. You look at Miami or you look at either Oregon or Indiana and think that Indiana isn't beating everybody, right? So,
Yeah.
but that's just me. I guess there's kind of been more exciting news, I guess, in regards to the NBA. Trey Young was just traded for CJ McCollum and a role player.
Yep.
I saw this happen live, and I was thinking, what what does either team really gain from this?
Well, it's weird because we talked about if Trey Young was going to get traded on one of our earlier episodes not that
Mhm.
long.
No.
I'm sure both of us weren't thinking that one of the worst teams in the league were going to make that trade.
Yeah, it,
Uh,
it really just it makes no sense. Like it's like, are they really addressing any need there in Atlanta?
I mean, no, the Hawks definitely lost that trade, like no matter which way you put
Yeah,
it. I did hear that Trey Young wanted to be traded to the Wizards. I don't have any idea why, but that is what I heard.
yeah. I mean, if I don't know really why someone would want that, but that's just beyond me. So weird trade. Obviously, we're all kind of thinking the same thing. Not quite as bad as a Luka trade, but still weird. Just still
Yes.
doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
Would it would a Ja Morant trade make sense to any team? I guess to you,
yeah.
really?
I mean, the Grizzlies, they're only whatever, especially in the Western Conference. It's tough to win there. John
Yeah.
Morant's good. He can definitely help out a team that needs it. Will he get traded to a team that needs him? I don't know because
Mhm.
the Wizards are trading for Trey Young. I feel like anybody could go anywhere at this point, but
Yeah, I think it's
I
really
feel
hard
like
to.
he definitely will be traded.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to kind of predict the way that these like where these guys are going to get traded to now because the the I mean arguably worst team in the NBA just traded for a star. So I mean, where could John Morant go? We have no idea. Like he go to the Bucks, he go to the Sixers, he could go to Lakers. Like there is no kind of I haven't heard any rumors at least. Have you?
Not really. It's not like that close to the deadline. It's like the
That's true.
end of January, so there'll definitely be a lot more rumors then.
Yeah.
But I definitely have heard that John Morant have been going around. And speaking of NBA trade rumors, Giannis said he wants to stay in Milwaukee for the rest of his life.
I mean,
He said
we
that
said that.
himself. I'm sure
We
the
said
media
that
won't
too.
care and they'll still make like mock trades for him, but I just want to throw that out there.
Shams wants him traded so incredibly badly because he's been saying it for the past 5 years and it has happened exactly 0 times.
Yeah.
But that's just the ESPN being greedy. But kind of speaking of greed in like a bigger way, we're gonna kind of switch to the NFL. We're gonna kind of switch to just disregard that. Pretend NFL, I didn't say that at all. But the wild card is starting up tomorrow as we are filming this. So let's kind of run through those games, kind of see like what we think and
Yeah.
what to expect. So I guess first game we're gonna Rams Panthers. I I feel like there's kind of only one answer here. I think that the Rams should absolutely destroy the Panthers.
I mean, yeah, that's what you would think, but also we thought that earlier on in the regular season and the Panthers beat them. So just for that reason alone, I don't think you can count out the Panthers 100%.
Okay.
But yeah, the Rams, I'd probably say like 80-20, quite honestly.
Yeah, Bryce Young's so inconsistent, and they're if they gave Rico Dowdle like as many touches as they should, they would win more games. But they insist on giving him like 15 to 20 when he probably needs 30 touches a game. So that's kind of on the Rams, but or on the Panthers, obviously. Sorry. But okay. Now, arguably one of the most interesting games coming up, the Bears Packers. So that's actually tomorrow as we're filming this. What should we expect? What should we kind of look for?
That's this has got to be one of the most intense games of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little biased. I don't know. But snow game, I heard it's gonna be snow.
Cold.
You think I don't know why I've been hearing so much that the Packers can't play in weather.
They play at
I don't know
Lambeau.
where this is coming from. They
Yeah.
literally play in Wisconsin in the snow all the time, but it'll be a great game. If it does end up snowing, I think that does put the Bears in an advantage because they're so much better running the ball.
Yeah. You know what? A fun fact, actually, Chicago, the Windy City, but it's not actually because of the wind. Do you know that? Because of how
Really?
rowdy the politicians are. That's actually where the
Oh,
name's derived from. So when New Yorkers would, and Boston, they would come, to Chicago and they would see, kind of how insane that these politicians were. So that's actually where they get the name from. So just it's fun, there's my fun fact of the day. Throwing in for you, but I agree. I do think it is very dumb to say that like, and I've seen it. The Packers can't play in weather because they do play at Lambeau. I mean they do, and everybody loves Lambeau, but it is out in the cold. It just is, and Packers have to be used to it at this point, right? But
yeah.
if it does snow, that definitely does help the Bears pound the rock because that's what Ben Johnson does and does well. Not that he doesn't obviously call these insanely amazing plays on pass plays, but he runs the ball. That's what he wants to do. That's why he has DeAndre Swift and Monangai. They're
Yes.
both what 900 rush yards now because
Yeah.
they both get a bunch of carries and they're both good. They're both really really kind of workhorses for that offense. It makes Caleb's run game even better. So
And Roma Dunze is back too, so
yeah,
that's
so Packers secondary, which was already not in a great spot because they're not good, going to be in a world of hurt too. So it's going to be a great game.
for
Who
sure.
do you think is going to win?
I'd say I'm going with the Packers personally.
Yeah,
I do think they just barely squeezed by. Jordan Love is still undefeated against them.
yeah, as a starter, like when he plays the whole game. Yeah.
You know, he actually plays a whole game. Yeah.
I'm gonna say Bears just because I'm not trusting that secondary, which was already banged up, so they had to bring in Trayvon Diggs. And I mean, this they're not the same team they were week one, obviously, which bad and good thing, but they don't have Micah, which is the biggest loss any team could probably have. I mean, it's arguable, obviously. You could lose a quarterback, but it's the one of the biggest losses a team has had this year, right? And Tucker Kraft has been out since like week 6. And like those are just two very important pieces that the Packers really need to, I think, be Super Bowl contenders. Obviously, there's still a chance, but I do think the Bears win close.
Yeah. There's just so many factors for this game, quite honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
it's really like there's not like a clear winner. Like it's not 80-20 like the Panthers Rams. It's definitely more 50-50.
yeah, 50-50. I feel like even if you say 55-45, that's still too much. It's just this game is so close. It could
Yeah,
really go either
it's
way.
probably like 52-48. Like it's so incredibly close. I guess we'll
Yeah.
say we'll stay in the NFC here with what do you think about the Eagles and the 49ers? This is, I mean, I'm really, really close on like it's kind of the same thing I was thinking here. Like it's gonna be close.
Yeah, this is going to be another great game. 49ers, they're kind of injured, so that will really depend
Hmm.
on if they win or not. The Eagles are kind of the same thing though. They're kind of injured, but they're also getting people back. My prediction, I think the Eagles got it just because it's in Philly and
Yeah.
they're a lot of people will say they're like collapsing. I don't think it's as bad as their collapse 2 years ago. I think they're back on track and they learned from that. I think the Eagles pull this one out.
I earlier when I was thinking about this, I was thinking I think the 49ers squeak by, but I don't know. That Eagles defense really is killer. It really is. And I think Jalen Hurts is going to do enough on offense, get the ball to his playmakers, especially at Philly. If it was at San Fran, I think San Fran wins. So, but I just Jalen Hurts really has to just be enough. He doesn't he just can't turn the ball over. Like he has to get the ball AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon, Goddard, get rid of the ball, run, just play Eagles football, play good enough offense, great defense, and I think they win this game.
Yeah. If Jalen Hurts and the Eagles have no turnovers, yeah, I think they win for sure.
Hmm. Kind of going over to the AFC now. What do you think about this? I mean, this is honestly might be my favorite game to go watch this weekend. Bills Jaguars. I mean, oof, it's exciting.
Yeah, that's definitely it's this okay. All of the games in the playoffs are really, really close this year. There's a lot of good games and a lot of good teams. This is another one. I picked the Jaguars.
Okay.
I just, I
Why are you
just
picking
think they're
them?
better. I mean, they've been underrated all year. They crushed the Broncos on the road. I think that's insane. The Bills, they have a lot of pressure too, because this is like their year to win the Super Bowl.
No Ravens, no Chiefs.
No Ravens, no Chiefs, no Bengals. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is their one chance. I think they fold under that pressure. They
Sure.
just
Yeah.
Jaguars are just better.
I agree, especially with I just think they're coming into this with such different viewpoints, right? Jacksonville's won 8 straight coming into this game. They like Trevor Lawrence just got grills. I mean, like it's they're doing like a lot. Like they have so much momentum right now.
Yeah,
And Parker Washington's been a stud. Like out of nowhere, they have like they've just been so consistent and they've been playing just great football. And just the Jags have so many weapons on offense, and the Bills kind of just have Josh Allen and James Cook, right? Like, yeah, they have Kincaid, they have Knox, but their tight ends are their best weapons.
yeah.
And they're not at Travis Kelsey level from 5 years ago. They're just not. They're good, but they're nowhere near that. So I also think Jaguars win. Um, they just look very complete to me. Like Bills invested so heavily in their second in their defense, and it's not paying back. Same thing with Steelers, right? Like so much money invested into this team and this defense especially, and just not producing the results that they should.
I kind
So,
of feel like the Jaguars have more to prove. Well, not more to prove, but that they want to prove themselves. Because Trevor Lawrence has kind of been clowned on ever since he came into the league because he's just like not as good as everyone expected, although he kind of is. And Liam Cohen, after that cringy Duval he had at like his first press
Duval.
conference.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been just absolutely it really seems like he's kind of changed that culture. I mean, like the Jaguars for a long time, they were not that good. They were bottom. They were not. They were just. If you were going to do a Madden rebuild, you were thinking Jaguars, right?
For sure, yeah.
But it was like Julian Blackmon was the best receiver they had for a bit, and he was never anything. So I think Jags win, and I think Trevor Lawrence
Yeah.
does enough, and Josh Allen comes up just a little short, and he throws one pick, and I think that's kind of the Jaguar what the Jaguars really need to
Yeah.
to win that game. See, oh yeah, also kind of staying in the AFC East, Patriots and Chargers. I'll start. I'll start. I think that the Patriots win. I think Drake May balls out against the Chargers secondary, and Trayvon Henderson busts a long run, and Justin Herbert doesn't have enough to quite get there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Patriots too. The Chargers, they do have more playoff experience,
Mhm.
but I don't think that's gonna help them in this case. It's just the thing with the Chargers is I feel like whenever you expect them to do good, they do bad. And whenever you
Yeah,
expect them to do bad, they do good.
yeah,
So that kind of might sound contradictory, but considering I think the Chargers like on paper they should win, I feel like that's why I'm picking the Patriots. It's just
Mhm.
this is definitely another good game that'll happen. I think yeah, the Patriots are just better and they're gonna win.
Yeah. It just seems like the Patriots have. I mean, like if you grade you try to grade every position. I think you do eventually hedge it towards the Patriots. I mean, I think you have to, and the Patriots have just been playing such great football this year, winning that AFC East and kind of just being. I mean,
Yeah.
Drake May, right? May has been really good. Like it's him or Stafford for MVP. So I think having that MVP caliber quarterback is not that Herbert doesn't have the chance to be that, but he just isn't right now. It doesn't matter. Like he doesn't have a lot of help, obviously, but Drake May has that help, and I think that that's what propels the Patriots to win this game.
Herbert's a little hurt too, so
Yeah,
that factors in. I mean, if he was 100% healthy, it might be a little different,
yeah,
but
yeah. I think you got to
Vrabel
give it to
also
Patriots.
he has had a lot of playoff experience. He's been to the AFC Championship like twice with the Titans.
Mhm.
So that'll definitely help the Patriots out.
Yeah, and I know that Christian Barmore and Stephon Diggs had uh, the allegations, or were they arrested? Actually, I wasn't quite sure, but I don't. I think even if they play without Stephon Diggs, they'll be fine.
Travion Henderson, yeah,
He'll
he's
he'll
good.
step. He'll have to step up then. Like
Sure.
they have enough people, enough good guys, good group of guys that they can kind of overcome that kind of
Yes.
barrier.
Yeah.
And I guess, what do you think? I mean, the last obviously AFC game. Aaron Rodgers could be Aaron Rodgers' last game. Steelers and Texans. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I feel like this is kind of the Rams Panthers.
Yeah.
The Texans, I feel like, are going to win kind of easily.
Hmm.
The Steelers offense, they kind of look good last week. I mean, without DK, without Calvin Austin, with like these
Yeah.
weird receivers nobody's ever heard of, they they put up like
89-year-old
26
Adam
points.
Thielen.
Yeah. Like this, but their defense, they just collapsed last week.
Yeah.
Allowed so many points. They allowed the Ravens to even have a chance to get that game-winning field goal.
Yeah, it was. Oof.
I just I don't feel like the Steelers played a good game last week. They haven't played a good game arguably all year.
Yeah.
So the Texans defense they're probably the best in the league. Even though their offense is really mediocre, the Texans defense wins them this game.
Yeah, I think like the way I kind of look at it is like what Miami, like University of Miami is doing is kind of similar to what the Texans are doing is they're kind of led by this kind of insanely elite defense with
Yeah.
just a super loaded with superstars, and their offense does enough to get by. Like, yeah, they have playmakers on their offense. Like Nico Collins is really good, right? Malachi Tony is really good. These guys are really good, but they're not the main stars of that team because the main stars are on that defense. But they're going to do enough. CJ Stroud's going to do enough to win this game against this not great secondary and
Definitely.
against just it's not a great defense, really. It just hasn't played like it. Like we mentioned, they're overpaying everybody on this defense.
Yeah.
But Rodgers is like he is still good. I mean, I don't think you can watch any of his games and say that he's not good. He is. He
Yeah.
doesn't have it. He doesn't. He's not MVP Rodgers anymore. But I mean, that throw to Adam Thielen last week, that was an insanely good throw.
It's
They
definitely a
were,
lot better than people thought he was going to be this year.
yeah. But I don't think that he really is going to do enough against those two insane edge rushers and Will Anderson and Daniel Hunter. They're going to be at him all game. Like, and it doesn't matter how much they get the ball to Kenneth Gainwell, which is really their main offense with DK out. So I guess we'll see how it. But I just don't think that getting DK and Calvin Austin back makes enough of a difference for the Steelers offense to combat this absolute the best defense in the league according to yards per game, I think.
And the Steelers, they were like a missed field goal away from firing Tomlin, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, Steelers are in here because they play in a bad division, really. So same
Yep,
for
on a
the
bad division.
Panthers. Yeah, Texans win.
Yep. So I guess kind of gonna try something new here. So we're gonna announce, we're gonna rank NFL announcers. So this is all over Twitter, all over, everybody's always trying to tell you which announcer's better, how bad Tony Romo is, how bad Chris Collinsworth is, but we're gonna give you our kind of how we kind of think about it, how we look at all these guys and just like and kind of why, explain our position, right?
Yeah,
So let's start with our honorable mentions. So first we're gonna say Jim Nantz.
Jim Nance. Yeah,
It's iconic.
yeah, he's kind of iconic at this point. Probably brought down by Tony Romo.
Yeah, we bought into the Tony Romo and don't like club.
Yeah,
Just yeah, but he's iconic. He does well enough. He's not annoying. These guys can be really annoying sometimes.
yeah.
He just kind of does. He just kind of goes, right?
Another honorable mention, Chris Collinsworth.
Very controversial.
Definitely, yeah, definitely controversial. I feel like a lot of people would like him more if he didn't glaze Mahomes all the time. So I
Hmm.
get why people don't like him because he does do that, and it is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But if you just ignore that, then he is a good announcer, and he's kind of iconic too.
Yeah. He's usually fine. He just like randomly brings it up. I think he poked fun at himself the other week for that,
Yeah,
which is that was honestly pretty cool to see. Because if you take away like what he the amount of times he just like randomly puts Mahomes up on a pedestal, he's not bad.
yeah,
He's really not. And I just think that if he did that, he people would look at him so much more fondly. I think he would people would really love him.
yeah, for sure.
But I also think that Greg Olson, who's another one of our honorable mentions, is super underrated.
No, for sure. I thought he was really good his first year with Fox.
Mm,
He was great. He was fun. He got demoted because, well, Fox got Tom Brady, and there's no way you're going to put Tom
mm.
Brady under Greg Olson. So that was kind of unfair. But I mean, you understand it.
Yeah, you understand the politics behind it, but
Yeah.
he's pretty good. He's kind of fun. Like he's not, super kind of monotone where he's like, oh, a touchdown. He's like, oh, look, this is why this touchdown happened. Here's
Yeah.
why. This is a cut block. This is what happened. Because he knows football very well. And he does a very good job of kind of showing that, and he doesn't get enough credit for that, I don't think.
Yeah. He announced a Super Bowl, and he was good at
Yeah.
that Super Bowl. Yeah. At
So I
number
guess
five, though, we have Joe Buck.
Joe Buck.
Yeah. I
He's
mean,
he's iconic almost too in his own regard because
yeah.
he does a
He
lot. He
might
does a
be,
lot. He doesn't just obviously he doesn't just do football,
no, no, he
but
might be one of the most iconic in the entire NFL announcing game of all
yeah,
time.
something about like the way he kind of sets up plays. You're like third, like he doesn't just say like big third down here. He's kind of like he tries to kind of like show the gravity of the game and the circumstance.
Yeah. He's more exciting. A few like years ago, a lot of people were clowning on him, but I definitely think he fixed that.
Yeah,
Like people like him now and he's good. Just a pretty solid announcer, yeah.
for sure. So yeah, number four we have the GOAT, Tom Brady. He's really like I feel like he's grown so much from year one to year two. That's why we have him at four because I think in another year or two he could easily be two or three. But he's gotten a lot better at kind of not. I think like the way that these kind of former NFL players analyze plays, they do it in not as an announcer because they're still kind of like the NFL player, so that they don't kind of dumb it down for the audience enough. And I think he's gotten a lot better at that and just being more excitable.
Yeah. He has a lot of excitement in his voice, and that's of course you want that as
Yeah.
an announcer. He's definitely improved. And I'd say I really like how Fox, like last year, they were promoting Tom Brady like this is a second big chance and
Mhm.
this is gonna it was just like so dramatic, but like this year they took like a little comedic turn on it. And so now he's just like the commercials are funnier and it's not like
Yeah.
dramatic, which I think is better.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
100%.
fun. Tom Brady announcing a game, I'll never be annoyed at that. I feel
Yeah.
like some people just don't like him because he's Tom Brady, but
Yeah. But you can't ever really fix that then.
okay. Third place, bronze medal. We are giving that to Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady's partner.
Yeah. He does such a great job of just first off working with Tom Brady and like kind of setting each other up. They do a great job with that, and
Yeah.
also just being the main play calling guy. The way he sets up, the way he describes, because a lot of times people just they're like, well, obviously the viewer's watching, so I don't have to describe it. But he's like he's going in motion. Oh, like look at this guy was subbed in. This guy he does a great job of updating the audience.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And when like a huge play happens, like 70-yard touchdown, he has a lot of excitement in his voice. He like
Yeah,
it's very fun and exciting to watch. If you're like looking down at your phone or something and you start hearing Kevin Burkhardt,
something really excited to happen. He doesn't
yeah,
just let it be like he's not monotone. He really gets to that something's happening.
sure, right away you're looking up at the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. Number two, say this. Sorry for the break there. Kevin Harlan,
Yeah. Kevin
iconic
Hart.
as well.
He's so iconic. It it's kind of weird putting like somebody who announces 1 o'clock, maybe like 3 o'clock games at number two.
Yeah.
But I feel like he only does that because he announces like basketball too and college
Mm,
basketball. He has a lot of versatility, although that doesn't really matter for the NFL announcer rank. But he's
yeah.
still very great. I mean, there's that iconic clip of him where he was announcing two games at once, right? You've seen that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just insane. I mean, like, and he's fun. He's exciting. It's a fun voice to hear. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only guy we have ahead of him is Mike Tirico, who a lot of people hate on. Some people are like, I don't like him because he's with Collinsworth, but that's not really fair because he's a great play-by-play guy. He does such a great job of setting up the play. And I think the biggest thing with him is he's so like, it's not even like his like excitement he shows. It's kind of just like the composure at all times.
Yeah. Like, okay, that build up for that Ravens field goal was incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, holy cow. I mean, Collinsworth does not bring him down. We discussed that earlier, but
Mm,
yeah, he's just good. He might not be as exciting, but he still is exciting.
yeah.
And yeah, he composes more. Like, I don't know. He's just great. He's just great. He's
Yeah. He's
number
great
one
in
for
every
me.
way, he's kind of like great at everything. He's not kind of like, well, I'm just super excited, but I'm not good
Yeah.
at setting things up. He's great at everything. So that's kind of why we have him at number one. So I guess now it's time for newest segment actually. So are you ready, James? Ready for the reveal of the name?
Yes, I'm so ready.
Defend the indefensible. So basically, I'm gonna give you a position and you have to try to defend it. And it's gonna be one that's not agreed with, like usually, okay?
Yeah.
So here it
Oh
is.
boy.
Aaron Rodgers is gonna lead the Steelers to a Super Bowl. Defend that.
Oof. Well, considering what we said earlier in this podcast, that is a little bit tricky, but it is possible. Now, we did say the Texans defense is like best in the league, or at least I said that. Aaron Rodgers could get past it. I mean, he's definitely gone against worse or better defenses in his back in his day, like
For
the
sure.
Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
If a dude catches an onside kick, then the Packers win that game. But so
Unrelated.
yeah, they could definitely beat the Texans. They could probably beat most teams in the AFC. It's a little weird year for the AFC because Chiefs, Bengals, Ravens. The
Yeah.
better teams are not in the playoffs. They definitely have a chance. Rodgers obviously would love to go out with a Super Bowl. That would be like no, not Joe Montana. Who am I thinking of? Broncos guy.
Peyton Manning.
No, 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 no. 99.
Elway.
Elway, John Elway. Yes. Holy
Yep,
cow.
we
I
got there.
can't
We
believe
got
I'm
there.
saying. Yeah, John Elway. That'd be great.
Yep.
Mike Tomlin. I mean, that would kind of, you couldn't really say that Tomlin should get fired if they win. So Tomlin obviously has that drive to go win the Super
Hmm.
Bowl.
Sure.
I feel like a lot of this team just has a lot of drive that they can win. They could beat the Texans. Let's say they play the Broncos next. That's winnable, although it would be a lot harder.
Yeah.
And then they play, I don't know, Jaguars. They could beat the Jaguars, and then bam, you're in the Super Bowl.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And Rodgers won a Super Bowl once. Could definitely do it again.
Yeah, but I think he did a great job there. I mean, I'm convinced now. I'm just gonna run through a brick wall now for Aaron Rodgers. All right. Could you give me a position to defend now?
Yes. Okay, going
Okay.
over to the NBA. Can you defend that Shaq was never the best center in the NBA?
Ooh, never. Okay. I think that an obvious thing I could say is that like obviously it's Kareem, right? Or it's Wilt that these guys are at their point that they were like always the best. But I'm not gonna say I agree with it, but Kareem did hold the all-time points record until LeBron broke it, correct? And he was one of the most dominant players of his time, and if not of all time. Invented the skyhook, maybe not invented, but utilized it, unguardable shot, brought Milwaukee a championship at a time when they didn't have any. Went to the Lakers, won more, changed his name because that's awesome. So I do think that Kareem is a better center. Maybe I wouldn't say more like wasn't always more dominant because there were always like I don't know if you see like there's like this one kind of graphic of like the MVP race from was it, like 62 or whatever, and there's kind of like five stars who are all going at the same time. Like Kareem like by far has the best stats. So I guess that's kind of how I'm going to defend it is saying Kareem was always more dominant, was always better, and was always just is the best center of all time.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
unfortunately, that has been all of our time today. So thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Obviously, I've been Josh, and this has been James. And again, you can follow us on any social media platform at Rival Takes, and even especially our new podcast listeners. Thank you for listening to us, on Spotify, on Apple Music, or Apple Podcasts. So we thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.